I have some good news for you all. My friends, I bring good tidings. Well, maybe I should say friend, in case I'm so lucky that one person watches this, but saying friends as if there would be several people. How silly of me, how presumptuous of me to think there's any way multiple people would be viewing this. You know, in the next month or so, it will be the 9th anniversary of me starting making videos for YouTube. That's right. And yes, I did give up on it 5 years ago. It was the 5th anniversary this August, which I wanted to do a little video, post a little video, like 5 years after giving up on creating content for YouTube for the purpose of cultivating an audience. What's it like for me? But I kind of forgot about it, and it is now October 1st, 2020. So, it's not like anybody would, like nobody watched me in the first place, which is why I quit. So why would anyone watch me talking about me quitting? I'm being so silly this morning. I did get a big cup of coffee, 2 cups. Fits in this one cup, this mug. I haven't started drinking it yet though, but hopefully coffee will settle me down and get my head out of the clouds as they seem to be right now. Talking about silly things like my friends who are watching this video. Yes, Eincrou, I'm sure you have many friends watching this video. Let's get with it. It's already been 3 minutes almost. Yes. I am being very sardonic with this intro. I'm being faux delightful, faux chipper. No, it's all a fake. It's all a fake. I'm bitter. Bitterness the star with me on that topic. Let's see what we've got going on in the farm. Well, we've got a dog. It probably is going to be guarding. That's what a dog that looks like that is probably going to try to do to me. Not a good idea. The dog seems too aggressive. Yep. The garage is open and I can see a car inside. Yet there's not a living soul around. We can go towards the ruins. We'll probably have to go there. Okay. It's a burnt out house. This looks very similar to the burnt out house in one of the 9 Clues games. I can't remember which one it was. Those are the 2 hidden object adventure games that I played. 9 Clues. I forget the subtitle of the first one. But 9 Clues 1 and then 9 Clues 2, The Ward. I played both of those after playing and recording the Clockwork Tales series. Those were both very good hidden object adventure games. I like them a lot. Let's drink some of this coffee while she tells the tale. Not a whole lot of info there. You've been there before. You don't remember why or what's going on here? Come on. The mysterious place. The rocks in the old photo. I remember being there, but not what happened. Why does every flashback of this place make my flesh creep? I've already been there. Let's see if we can add that to the hideout. Oh, the strange runes. There are runes on this piece of paper. They resemble those depicted in the sketch of the bell. It might be an important code. Oh, we got another circle of evidence. Runic code. I won't know until I find the rest of the page. Well, well, well. New objective, the strange runes. Well, we want to put that in there for sure. Runes and numbers. A code of some sort. Okay. Could this be the hideout? No. Let me look at it. Oh, no. Get that out of here. Let's see. There are runes there. There are markings on the rock. What could they mean? Really? It's not part of the code? I guess there's nothing else. Nothing else to do. Any of this have to do with Detective Hamilton? No? Okay. Well, we'll leave it there for now. If you noticed, a short jump there, a quick jump in the music or in the leaves falling in the scene. It's because I just paused to readjust myself to something more appropriate to a long 1 hour recording session. I was not sitting and my keyboard and my mouse and my mic weren't in the right place for something like that, but we've got it fixed now. I love being able to pause with OBS. It's one of the best features they've ever added. It prevents the need to do editing, which is important. That ties into what I was saying earlier about giving up on creating content for an audience, for the purpose of gaining an audience on my YouTube channels. I don't do any video editing for these videos that I do put up. I put these videos up just for my own gratification, because it can be nice to produce and create something every once in a while, you know what I mean? I did enjoy the creation of videos. It's just I put in so much work and so much effort trying to make them things that people would love and they would share around and I could build a viewership, but no, it didn't happen for me after years and years of hard work. So I gave up on it and now I just upload things as I see fit. And nobody really complains about that way of doing things. That's the thing about being unknown and uncared for as a content creator. Nobody cares if you upload videos. No one cares if you don't upload videos. That's double bind. I'm going to need a shovel to move this much dirt. Well, I do have a shovel. Seems the house's downfall is also the dolls. Let's get those boards out. Okay. Let's use the shovel. Where'd the doll go? Okay, what is this? Is it jigsaw? This is a jigsaw puzzle, right? Righto. Righto, Sonny Jimbo. It's got writing on it, so that makes it easier to know the orientation is supposed to be. Okay, whoops. Let's try and get something going here. This must be the bottom right corner. Let's see if I can, there we go. I want to see if I could fit it even though there were no other connecting pieces, and it did work. It goes there. That's going to be oriented like this. Our tree. So this is maybe that map for the woods, the backwoods. This is going to be the bottom piece. Another bottom piece. Actually, it goes like that. An old child's map. Just fantasy? Or could the marked spots be real? Indeed human-shaped. There may be many ponds in the woods around. Old. Anything else? Any other locations? Most of the woods here are rather dark. Okay. New deduction. A statue is marked on the map, so there's a figure on the map drawn by a child's hand, and it's captioned statue. They forgot the apostrophe for it is. Oops. It looks exactly like the rock in this photo. It must be the meeting venue. Meeting venue. Maybe I could use the telescope on the tower to spot the rock and my route. Look for that rock. Okay. Good. Good. Let's keep looking around. It's a busted key. The knife is tightly jammed between the cover and the body of the box. Looks like it's missing a toy soldier. The wind-up key is broken. Well, I've been carrying one since the beginning of the game. It's not opening. We need the toy soldier, I think. Which we will probably find in a hidden object scene. Because that's how hidden object adventure games work. Alright, let's back up. I don't have anything for the dog. Sorry there, puppers. Yep, there we go. Hidden object adventure scene. Paintbrush times 2. There's one. Hammer times 2. There's one. Briefcase. Canteen. Glasses. Feather. Lizard. Horse. Ruler. Nails. Iron. Q. Okay, there's the other brush. I do remember seeing some of these. There's the iron. Because I spent a lot of time on this scene as I have on all the other scenes. So I do remember some of the objects in their positions, but there's a briefcase. But it has been a day since I recorded the last part, so my memory isn't as fresh canting as it otherwise would be had I recorded, there's a feather, had I recorded another session directly after yesterday's. There's glasses. So the lizard is this one that's barely visible. See, this is the benefit of coming back to a scene that you've already spent like 20 minutes looking at. That was nearly impossible to see. Okay. There's the other hammer. Nails. Are these the nails? Yeah. Q. Are we talking like, I don't know. You're talking about like for pool? For billiards? Cue stick? There's a horse. Ruler. I don't know what Q is. Once I start doing that popping sound, that's how you know I'm stuck. Looking for anything that might be called a Q. I don't see what would be called a Q stick. I don't see a Q ball. The white ball. Hint. Yeah, that's impossible to see. It looks like it's just part of this thing. Look at that. If you are able to look at the video, look at it. Look at how they blended that in. It doesn't look like anything. I'm glad I didn't spend too much time without using the hint, because that I would have never seen that. Glass cleaner. What am I going to do with glass cleaner? Oh, who's that? There's a person there. Okay. I don't think there's anything else to do here. Glass cleaner. I don't know. The rope is wrapped tightly around the branch. Can we grapple to it? No. Can we hammer it out? No. I can't recall seeing any dirty glass. Oops. I accidentally took a screenshot there. let's look around. Ah, okay. This is what I was anticipating might be the case. There was more going on with hidden object scenes if I backtrack. Exclamation mark, corkscrew, nutcracker, TV remote. I remember that remote. What was that? There it was. Handcuffs, DVD disc, elephant. Oops, I meant to click the elephant, but sure, we'll get the mouse too. The lighter. See, I spent so much time on this, even though it was several days ago. I still remember some of the stuff. Wallet, coin, keys. Okay, nutcracker. Right there. Exclamation mark. That one could be a little... Oh, was that it? Look at how well that's hidden. It looks like it's part of the device. Oh my god. Dollar coin. Okay, I'm gonna need that for the lookout tower. I don't know where the lookout tower is, though. Can we fill that? Can we clean that? Oh. I'll just leave water running because I'm a terrible person. Yeah, that was never gonna work. Okay. Just checking, make sure that acid drips. Test tube. I don't know what we'll use that for, but we've got acid in case we need it. Let's check this way first. Anything different here? Nope. Oh, there's the watchtower. An old fire lookout. Impressive and a little ominous. The secret hideout. A boathouse. I haven't seen any lakes or a river around. The pond, remember? The pond. An open box, and the code is visible. Good thing somebody took a photograph with the code visible. Whose hideout? Okay, I think that's it. Let's add that. Labeled as a secret hideout. It could be his. So we're going to need the hammer and nails for this, right? I need to fix the ladder first. The ladder is broken. No light bulb. Everything looks run down and neglected in this town. I won't be able to see anything until I clean the lens. Okay, I gotcha. Looks old, but the telescope might still work. Let's put some acid on it. all right. Let's not be silly. Okay. Finally used that clean rag we've been carrying for a while. The satisfying sound effect of a squeegee. Find the rock, the closest reference landmark. Use the telescope to move it. Far objects, close objects. Well, there's the road, but doesn't look like that counts as any kind of a landmark. What about this? Is this the great tree? No, I think that's just some tree. What about that one? It's actually kind of an interesting minigame. But, oh, it's barely visible. That must be the rock. Now to find a reference point. Oh boy. Oops. Okay. It works now. The old oak tree. The rock is just north of it, so I should head north on the trails. Hey, bird. Okay. Oh, there was another bird. Get out of here. Am I able to grapple that now? Something else goes here. Okay. Let's go.
I know I should go north, but I need something to point me in the right direction.
Look at the direction that the moss grow on the trees. Okay, so I guess I need to find a compass or something. She can't go north without it. Is there anything else here? The pendant does not go there. I already tried that. Everyone's still hanging out. Old photo. Trapdoor's open. I better examine it again. It showed the way that the candles are supposed to be. But I'm still missing a candle. You got a compass in your car, maybe?
Nothing but static. The radio must be broken.
Don't think there's anything I can do with the acid. Maybe Nothing here, no. It seems that I need an item. Oops. Sorry about that. As expected, I located the rock with the telescope. It's north of the landmark tree. I should be able to reach it along the tourist trails, but I'll need something to show me the cardinal directions. Why don't I have what I need? I am missing a compass. Whoops. You don't have one in all of this? Don't have one in your car? Do they have one in here? I got a brochure about the trails, but it doesn't tell me what I need. Okay. The glass shards are sharp enough to cut me or something else.
The rock is north of here, but I won't find it without the compass.
Okay. Well, I don't know where the compass is, so take a hint. Grappling hook. Okay, I forgot about that there, so I don't think I would have remembered without the hint. Strange. The mechanism is damaged, it doesn't work, but the bell keeps ringing. Let's go up. Wow. It's a low quality, low resolution, low frame rate video file. It's like I'm playing the original Myst or Riven again. The bell is even creepier in person. This clapper. The bell rings without any mechanism. The yoke looks seriously rust-eaten. It can barely hold the bell. Yes, I'm sure battery acid can eat through metal. I've managed to silence the bell. Falling down the belfry, it smashed the stairway, though not so much that I couldn't go down. Just as I thought, when the bell fell, the weird trance was broken. The citizens of Maple Creek ran off in a panic, seemingly in shock. I doubt I'll be able to question any of them, but at least they're free now. Ran away in panic. I bet you we won't see any of them. And the town will still be a ghost town. Horned clapper. I've seen horns like that before in the very first hidden object scene. And speaking of hidden object scenes, let's find the compass. There it is. Now, a normal person would just say, okay, I've got what I need, and just leave. But now we are a hidden object hero, so that means we have to go and find a whole bunch of other unrelated nonsense. Candlestick, mushroom medallion, cylinder. There's the mushroom. Wheel. There's the handle. There's the wheel. There's the medallion. Now the cylinder. I thought that was like a hat or something. Compass. Let's see. Oh.
What the? How did I get here? And where's the preacher? I've been coming here every day for years, and he's always here. Well, I was home, talking to my late wife's memory, when the storm broke. That's the last thing I can recall. Oh, I feel so weak, legs wobbling like a newborn calf's, like something just drained the life from me. But about that girl you're looking for, I saw her a few times with the boy from the farm west of my house. Watched them two right from my balcony.
What boy? We're not even going to ask. Only one man didn't flee the church. The man who broke into my room and stole the dagger. It's a pity that he's so disoriented that I can't get any useful information from him.
Man, this sure feels like waking up from a bad dream.
Locked.
Man, this sure feels like waking up from a bad dream.
Okay. There's nothing else to do here. I just want to see if it really is still a ghost town. Oh, they're going to be freaked out when they go in there and they see all the corpses. Yeah, it's still a ghost town. Everybody's... Oops, wrong way. Nowhere to be seen.
The meeting place should be just north of here. There's some sort of rock formation up ahead. Could it be the one from the photo?
Seems likely. Regular night trips. Where to, preacher? The preacher's sneaking away in the night. Where to? Why? If he had a secret hideout, that's where he would go. Amazing that the photo blew this far. Also, oh my god, that was hard to see. Thank God I'm a little bit of a pixel hunter. Oh, what's that? They say magpies collect various trinkets, but the nest is too high. The historical marker claims the rock's shape is natural. It's hard to believe. This must be that rock. The guy should be waiting somewhere around. So we can go to the cabin or deep into the forest. Let's go to the cabin. Picked Picked up a rake. Some leaves. A pile of leaves isn't suspicious. Unless it's in Maple Creek. The axe's handle's broken. Again, axe without the E. Really weird. It's not the first game I've played this year where they do it like that. I need something else. The branch won't do it. Let's go in the cabin if we can. Who are you? It would be rude not to talk first. I'd rather speak with him first, then look around the house.
Detective, so nice of you to...
No, don't be one of these guys who's all pleasant and formal.
Polish sausage, perhaps?
Oh, come
It
on.
is Polish.
Who are you? Why did you leave me that message?
I want to help you, but there's one condition. No questions. I see you've handled the bell nicely on your own. Now, my unsolicited advice is to stay focused on the church. Search it like you haven't got a prayer. Because, let's face it, you don't. Hurry, you can still save Kate. And by the way, you might find this handy.
Is this Hamilton? Okay, there's the last candle.
The church, detective. Kate is waiting for you.
I fear that you're trying to throw me off. Also, I actually did get the Polish sausage. That tastes Polish.
Shouldn't you be searching for Kate? Shouldn't you be... Really? My personal belongings should be less interesting than the church. Shouldn't you be searching for Kate?
Excuse me, sir.
The church, detective. Really?
I feel like you're trying to throw me off
Should be less...
rather than help me. I'm going to the forest.
Going any further until
Oh.
we dealt with the town.
Okay. It's another path. Let's go to the church as requested.
Man, this sure feels like waking up from a bad dream.
Okay, I know it's something like that. Alright, another hidden object scene. What do we have going on here, though? Looks like something once adorned this slot. This slot is missing something. An object shaped like this slot could be placed here. What about the papers? July 3rd, 1980. Damn, he's managed to escape. If he turns me in, they'll find the bodies. I have to move them. But where? Why would you write something like this down? This is something that you think for like 2 seconds in your own brain, and then you find a place. You don't sit there and take 20 seconds to write it down. You don't waste time writing this down. No doubt it's the murderer who wrote this. Well, good thing he writes things that he shouldn't be writing. September 17th, 2011. My flock's begun to wake up. Thomas Walker's not a threat. He's the next one to go insane. But that farmer's son, he's smart enough to sound the alarm. I need fresh life force. Life force? What is going on here? Fresh life force. We've got a map. And of course, he marked his hideout. And we've got the trails. We go left, right, left, left, right. There's a spot by the lake marked on the map. And then another one still deeper in the forest. Ooh, what is going to be there? That's actually pretty mysterious. Like, we know that there's the hideout near a river or lake, and here indeed is the lake. But what could that be? That is especially... Ooh, I like that. Ooh, that's got my mind wandering, considering the possibilities. I like that. I like that a lot. Some sort of safe. The brass circle is missing pie wedges. Yep, I've got one wedge. Alright, obviously that does not work. Let's solve the hideout. He must have a hideout on the outskirts of town. Could this be it? A boathouse on the lake shore. The preacher's hideout. There is a spot marked next to a lake on the map I found in the church. I can find the trailhead near the man-shaped rock. Left, right, left, left, right. Alright, we need many more pie wedges before we can do anything with that. Let's check out a hidden object scene. Ooh, what an absolute cluttered mess. Metal figurine. Coffee beans. Another corkscrew. We just found a corkscrew, but now we need to find another one. And I don't see it off the top of my head. Spectacles. Pine cone. An oak leaf. A swan. A shell. A pipe. A bell. A key. And a pen. Okay, let's find this stuff. There's a pie wedge. There's a brass wedge. Also, there's the pine cone. Okay. Is this the leaf? Yes, that's the leaf we're looking for. Swan. Shell. There's the swan. Holy mackerel, that's hard to see. Let's see what else we can see. What else can we see? Is that the pen? That's the pen. A bell. I still don't see the corkscrew. Is that? That's the corkscrew. Spectacles. I don't mean to create a spectacle, but there are the spectacles. Pipe. The last pipe was absolutely insane to find. Really? I tell you, man, the comparative uproar that the hammer and sickle creates versus the swastika. Hammer and sickle has just managed to avoid so much cultural hatred despite the absolutely devastating toll it has taken across the world. But here we are, playing a hidden object game, and it's just a casual hammer and sickle. Now let's find other objects. Some metal figurine I need as well. Look at that glove. Barely freaking visible down there, but I do see it. We'll probably have to come back to this scene. There's the metal figurine. Could barely make it out. There's the pipe. There's the bell. shell. That one could be a little tricky to see if it's not an actual shell. What is this? Is this it? No. It could be a symbological shell. An illustration of a shell, a representation of a shell. We do have shapes in the goblets, on the padlocks. Is that it? Wow. I saw someone say that in one of the Steam reviews that the hidden object scenes weren't too difficult in this game. These are no. These are by far the most challenging hidden object scenes because they really go out of their way to hide some of these objects to a degree that no other game I've played goes to hide the objects in the hidden object scenes. It's pretty intense. Let's add the figurine. Oh, we can't do anything else, so let's take the trails.
First left, then right, twice left, right again, and I should be there.
To the lake. Anything else here to see? Like that branch that was nearly invisible that was right here, almost behind the user interface? I don't think so. I think we're good. Man, the art in this game is just lovely. I wish it was higher resolution, but these games I think are mostly designed for mobile. I think that's where hidden object games are most popular. It's mobile, you just tap on the screen. And this is an old game. I think it was made like 2011 or so. So mobile phones didn't have as high resolution screens as they do today. Mobile phones is like, man, it's just amazing how much human attention has gone into that particular technology. Like everybody has a mobile phone now. That wasn't the case 10 years ago. Unbelievable. So, mobile phones are much better these days, and I wonder, are the hidden object games at higher resolutions, the ones that are made recently? I don't know. I don't think I have any that were made in the past few years. It's interesting. I should look into some more recently made hidden object games. Looks like there's some sort of locking mechanism. I could pick the locks if I had the proper tools. Oh, you're a lock picker now too? Well, I don't have any tools. And there doesn't seem to be anything else I can do here. Uh-oh. There's a path leading into the woods on the opposite side of the lake. There's a boat, but I can't access it. Alright, well, let's try using the sausage on the dog. The dog may enjoy the sausage. We gotta go quite a few screens to get back there, though. Here you go, doggy. Good idea, but maybe not at the very entrance. What? Where do you want to put it, then? Oh, in the doghouse that's barely visible. If only the dog was calmly sitting in its kennel. Although the dog is busy eating the meat, I'd rather not get too close. An object scene is available. Fantastic. And we've got the garage and the barn. Let's go into the trailer and see what kind of mess we've got. Tennis racket, I see that straight away. License plate, I see that straight away. Scrap leather. Rolling pin. Umbrella. Palm tree, there's the umbrella. There's the palm tree. Kerchief. Is that it? That is not a kerchief. Scissors, which is going to require another action. Toaster. A horse. What's the horse? A ruler. There it is. And a rose. There's the rose. Symbological rose, of course. Rolling pin. So when it comes to the scrap leather, I'm looking for something like that I've seen in my MMOs. Okay, I was expecting strips, but fine. Is this the kerchief? Yeah, that's the kerchief. So scissors, maybe open a cabinet. There we go. The rolling pin. Why am I not seeing the rolling pin? Rolling pin is a very, very distinct shape. We do have some symbol objects here. So it could be a symbol, not a physical rolling pin. Also, those binoculars are kind of awkwardly placed. I think we might be coming back and I might have to get those binoculars. Ooh, look at that boomerang. Look at that. A recorder. Oh yeah, they're doing some very tricky stuff. Hiding objects. There's a pipe. The symbological carrot. Fish. Pan, kettle. Cheese grater. Another corkscrew. These people love their bottled wines. Bird cage. I don't know what that is. Don't know what that is. Cheese measuring tape. Pepper shaker. Butcher knife. Tea bag. Apple. Fork. I don't know what that is. Bag, brush. A belt. That looks like it might be a comb. Feather. Oh my goodness. How am I not seeing this rolling pin? Where's the rolling pin? Keep rolling. Oh, must be hidden in a very, 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 very unkind way. It must be hidden. It must be hidden in a way that is not very kind. I'm not appreciating it. Alright, we'll give it one more good solid look. And then we use another. Oh, there it is. Very, very unkind indeed. Got some scrap leather. Alright, we're going to stop it there. We will continue exploring this. I don't know what you want to call this, a farm. And we'll see what else we can do here. We need to get some more of these wedges. Brass wedges. It's very important. The wheel hangs on only by one rusty lug bolt. The jack is missing its handle. Well, I don't know what she wants to do with this busted out car, but it'll make sense in the next episode, I think. So ensure that you return for the next episode. I really, really recommend that you do. Otherwise, what's even the point of making it if you don't return to view it? Don't answer that question, because that's more likely what's, going to happen with this series. But maybe we'll get lucky at some point. This video will be up for hundreds of years, if YouTube lasts that long, which honestly it probably won't. I think that YouTube is probably gonna kind of self-destruct as it turns from not being about regular everyday people sharing their thoughts and experiences and everything, and it becomes more of a controlled thing because the elites don't like the fact that people are able to directly talk to each other, and ordinary people can become big and influential on social media without being filtered through the system that determines who becomes influential in society. They don't like that. So YouTube will probably be destroyed, and my video will not be up for hundreds of years. But maybe things will change. Bye.